Now, in today's life, a lot of people will access the negative feelings of the past, old memories, bad ones. Or you might have someone who is nostalgic in positive memories of the past, but what it means is this part's much bigger in their brain and the future is very small. And so as a result, nothing happens here at the present moment to change their future. They get stuck on the treadmill. So we're breaking through using your past to project you forward into your future. And so past, present, and future. We're standing here right now, but you guys have just had feelings from 5 or 10 or more years ago. But you're here now. How can you be feeling those feelings? It's a funny thing, isn't it? And so this is the model which I see with my clients. The past can be good or bad. The present is us here right now. And the future is trying to plan this breakthrough to a vision with purpose. But the past can be negative or it can be positive. And our brains are designed to use the past to predict the present moment and try and figure out the future. Is there a tiger behind the bush? Am I going to be attacked? Right? This is ancient brain stuff from many years ago. From thousands of years ago, we would live in tribes of 150 people. And so we needed to know, where the good bushes were with all of the fruit on them. And people would remember where they were. And if they didn't, the tribe would die, right? So we're always looking into the past to try and help it stay alive. Now, in today's life, a lot of people will access the negative feelings of the past, old memories, bad ones. Or you might have someone who is nostalgic in positive memories of the past, but what it means is this part's much bigger in their brain and the future is very small. And so as a result, nothing happens here at the present moment to change their future. They get stuck on the treadmill. And so we're always focusing towards the past and then complaining that we don't have a positive future. So we can expand that by what I've just done here is I've used the good stuff from your past, and then what we're going to do is focus on the future. And so this is what I see with my clients that I'm doing. I'm firstly helping them release the past, the traumatic past, and then I'm helping them to move towards the future. That's what I'm doing with people. And so I'm actually flipping it with them. We resolve the past. We still need to learn the lessons and hold on to the good memories, hold on to our experience, but we want to make sure that we've released the negative, and we often don't. Human nature, we just can't help ourselves. In the present moment, what we're doing now, if we're looking backwards, the past is much bigger. But if we're looking forwards, things expand, opportunities open up, our filters of our mind open up. And that's one of the books I've got here, which I'll give away a copy or two today, How to Resolve Internal Conflict. This is an ebook which helps you go through the filters of your mind. And so also I can give you a copy of this via PDF if you put your email down on the piece of paper, and I'll shoot it through to you. And so the filters of your mind, also in that book there's about 10, maybe 7 or 8 videos on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel called Fork in the Road, and so in there you can access those videos. So you get all those video links in the PDF. And so what I'm helping people do in the present moment is focus on a better future. Helping people to move themselves forward. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm getting to think about, well, what do you want instead? Like, think about your life. What do you want instead? Because we always talk about what we don't want. You ask someone, what do you want? Well, I don't want to be broke, I don't want to be single, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. But they never tell you what they want instead. And so we have to get clear, like the Google Maps search. We have to put in our destination, or the phone doesn't plot a blue line for you. It doesn't tell you turn left or right, you just stay put and nothing changes. Who's been stuck before? I know I have. And so we're looking to focus from the present moment to the future. And so we're flipping it, is what we're doing. So right now what we've done is we've looked at your past, which is a big, rich resource to use, And then we've flipped it and we can start to use those feelings for the future. But first we have to know where you're at right now. So that is what we call the creative mechanism of your brain. A lot of these famous inventors would talk about going and having a nap and thinking about a problem to solve. They'd almost fall asleep, and then they'd have a ball in their hand, they'd drop the ball, it would make a noise on the ground, would wake them up, and they'd have the answer. Because there's a creative thing when we relax ourselves, the creative mechanism takes over. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. Has anyone read that book, Psycho-Cybernetics? It's a book about, it's actually written by a plastic surgeon who helped people change their face. And he was fascinated psychologically how people would show up. Some of them would have their face changed, and they said, you've done nothing. And yet all the friends and family say, my God, you look so different, you look amazing, but they'd still hate themselves. And so he said, oh, that didn't change that person at all. And other people would change their face, and they'd step out, and all their problems were gone, because they fully believed in the change. So it wasn't about the face and doing the facial change, it was actually about the person inside themselves, what they thought of themselves. And so that book is fascinating if you want to access your creative mechanism that helps you visualize the future. And so does that make sense that we're just focused on the past? Because you're all here right now. We're not, studying in university or doing exchange programs, learning English or anything like that. We're right here. Your brain's just taken me on that journey, which is fascinating, right? So has anyone learnt anything from that thought? Has anyone got a thought about that? Does anyone have anything where you're thinking about a memory from the past that is stirring in your mind, and you realise how much we think about the